For today's workshop, we have amongst us Mr. Gautam Biswas sir, HOD Biology, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Kolkata. He is a postgraduate teacher in KVS serving with 25 years of experience. Apart from teaching, he has worked as in charges of Academic Advisory Committee, Convener Science Subject Committee, Green School Science Exhibition, and National Children's Science Congress Counseling, and Career Guidance for Atal Tinkering Labs PM Shri project. He's a key resource person and in-service course in OFIL Ishapur. He's a resource person in-service course for PGT Biotechnology 2017, KVS for Capacity Building Workshop in KV Maligaon, Guwahati, Assam. He's a resource person in induction course KV1 Port Blair, Andaman, in Zonal Institute of Education Technology, Bhubaneswar. He's a coordinator preparation of study material in biology for +1 and +2 classes and question paper setter and moderator in various exams. He's expert talk in various online programs and conferences as World Earth Day, Women's Day, Manotraparam, STEM education, application of technology in teaching learning. He is a key member of GIEST India chapter. We all welcome you, sir. Sir is here to take session on environmental practices in daily school life. Over to you, Gautam, sir. Most welcome once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving such a nice introduction of mine.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm overwhelmed. My sincere thanks to Dr. A.K. Sharma, sir, a mentor always for us. And obviously, I prefer to be with this platform. So I would like to start with sharing PowerPoint. Am I allowed to share? Is it visible? Madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is visible, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
can see.
As a teacher, I always feel like that our prime aim is to make the students motivated and make them aware of the fact. So while starting the PowerPoint, I would like to show you few incidents which you all regularly face. The students also face, and we cannot deny, though we may grow economically very higher, but still, this is what we generally face. And hence, I have designed it in this way that the main objectives, like understanding the key environmental practices, equip teacher with practical tools, inspire the students to lead eco project, and build a cultural responsibility. Now, if we go through the glimpses of our surrounding, this is the things which you cannot ignore is our students. They definitely experience this type of environment, smog, smoke, dust, etc. You can also find our friends, relatives, family members experiencing such type of environment. This is what our streets look like. Let it be any place. This is our surrounding. This is what we generate directly or indirectly, dumped at certain places, and the places are highlighted over here. This is what we say I'm from Kolkata, hence I'm giving the example of the river Ganges in the Howrah Bridge. You can see the condition over there. You can find that the people, they say that the river is holy and they take a holy bath, but in what type of water they take holy bath? This is also a matter of question. This is the thing which we think that our rivers are the biggest dustbin. We try to throw out all the materials from our home, which are waste, into the river. Wherever it is going, what it is doing, it is not our responsibility. This is the thing which most of the people have the mentality. Because of that only, you can see this type of images. And then after that also, our India is great. Now, we are leading in population. If you see that a graph shown that China is below us, India is above. And at right now, we are having 1.6 billion above 1.6 billion of population. And if you take a data, you will find that on an average, every day, 67,385 babies are born. Go on counting, go on adding them. How much will it come in a year? You can understand. Now, all these new individuals, new members, they all have requirement of food, shelter, medicine, and on the similarly, what happens? The waste material accumulation also goes on increasing. So we have to have a point where we may not come down to zero, but we have to reduce, we have to make them aware that we need to take some measures. This is the time, now or not. So that's what lifestyle for environment had came, where in the COP26, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said that mindful and deliberate utilization instead of mindless and destructive consumption. So we have to consume, but it should not be mindless. It should be mindful. Okay. This is to preserve the environment, because you know that nature have given sufficient to fulfill our need, but not to fulfill our greed. There are a lot of rules, laws, and lot of conferences that have been held from long back. From 1972, you can find. We have also many acts like that of the Water Act 1974 in India. We have again Water Cess Act 77. We have Forest Act. We have Air Pollution and Control Prevention and Control Act 81. Environment Act 86. Biodiversity Act, and many other acts. But still, the situation is the photographs which I have shown you at the early beginning, that this is the condition of our environment. This is the condition of our surrounding. So, what can we do? This is the time to act. And what we have, what is our strength? If you go for SWOT analysis, then what is our strength? India is the biggest education sector in the world, and it is having more than 50 central universities. Okay. It has state universities, around 365 deemed universities, and private universities, which totally we get 1.5 crore students, which are awarded every year. Then why school? School as a role model, what we find over here is that as per the Ministry of Finance and in the survey over here, it had been said that India's school education system serves 24.8 crore students. Okay. And 14.72 lakh schools with 98 lakh teachers. This is the economic survey recently of 24-25. So we are having a huge number of students, not only the board going students, but if you take the student from primary to higher secondary levels. We are having huge number of teachers, we are having huge number of schools. So what we can do, we can make our school green and inculcate the knowledge to the students from the early stage so that they can add a small bit of their contribution to protect their nature, to protect their environment. Now, here are data of the CBSE, ICSE and state board school that nearly 3.5 crore students are awarded with +2 degree every year. Okay. So our job is to motivate, make them understand how to make the environment free, how to keep our eco-friendly environment, sustainable development. Because just theoretical knowledge will not work over here. We have to have practical work or hands-on real-time work, which we say, like that of our practical lab work. Now, how can we do that? we can do that with different missions. Different schools are doing different programs. One of the mission is Green School program. Many schools have joined the network. If there are many schools who have not joined, they can also join the network, convince the school to take a GSP audit and see how far your school is green and do it genuinely. Now, this audit actually calculates certain criteria and certify your school with certain level like red, orange, yellow, or green, depending on the amount of waste or amount of energy that is utilized. Okay. There are certain workshops also. Teachers can be also asked to join these workshops, and obviously they can help to develop it. So a student, while learning, they are doing some work which are also equally important for the environment. So you can spread lot of such green ideas, and you can update the peers. All the information which they're having can be shared, and always try to give some award to the students. Some awards like that can be a simple badge, say a green ambassador or the green fighters. Like that, some badges, some certificates or some prizes that can encourage the students. There can be a healthy competition also, like that of house competition. There can be competition that which classroom is uh, best neat and clean, which group is working best for the keeping the environment clean or the school clean, or the energy which was utilized last year. If we make an audit, how much energy is saved this year? So this type of ideas can be developed and can be done. Now over here, this is a site of one green school program where this competition actually takes place, and you have to support your work, what you have did, with documents and videos along with some data. So this is the training program which I was talking about water conservation, air pollution, green area, energy, and other things. So we have to keep a pace with it when there's workshops are going on, and teachers can be sent over there for the training that what new things can be done. We have to make them understand that turn your spoils into soil. So if we just try to make them understand about the amount of paper that can be saved, and an example over here is given that assume that a particular class having 30 students and had two sections. So total there will be 60 students, and the weight of the textbook is 1 kg. Then if they use a second hand textbook, obviously if it is in good condition, then they can approximately save 19,440 liters of water. Okay, because it takes about 324 liters of water to make 1 kg of paper. Okay. According to the Bureau of Indian Standard, it said that a school that runs for 6 to 8 hours uses 45 liters of water per day per student. That is needed, a minimum basic need. Just think of recycling 1 ton of paper, okay, nearly 907 kgs, can save 17 mature trees. Okay, it can save a huge amount of water. It can save landfills and also energy in terms of oil or energy in terms of electricity. So these are the things we have to make the students understand about the fact that what can be done, or how we are, if we are wasting it, how we are wasting it. Say the small PS students, they always throw bits of paper here and there. And we have to make them understand that this paper are very precious, because you're not throwing papers, rather you're throwing some plants, you're cutting down some plants. So there are 6 heads, and if you want to get information of them, you can get the informations like that of, for example, air. You can just move to the site. I have a hyperlink over here. I'll come back again shortly. So here they have given the knowledge bank about air and about different facts about air. So these things, a project can be given to the students, quiz can be conducted, so they can easily understand the facts. Coming back to the PPT, If you consider that out of the six heads, if you have seen the six heads over here, that means the six heads are air is one, energy is another, food is another important thing, land, water, and waste. Okay. So air over here, that how much air is required for a student to be healthy. Now over here, uh, when we were in B8, we have learned that in an ideal classroom, the number of students will be 16 to 20. So that condition we do not find in practical classroom of students in our school. Now, when the number of students increases, their body heat also increases, the amount of air that circulates in the room is also shared. So what should be the ventilation, what should be the size of room is very important. Students should know about the fact about all these things because air is required for normal working functioning of the brain. Energy, about this also will come that how much energy we are left with if we talk about coal and petroleum, and we should save energy. Similarly, food, we should not waste food and we should not increase the carbon footprint also. So coming to the next about air, we need proper ventilation of fresh air. Okay. And this inadequate air that can also lead to an unhealthy atmosphere. The students may feel uneasy, may not concentrate in the class, and we don't understand why they don't want to concentrate. This can be one of the reason that why they all prefer to run towards the games played outside the class. Now, a person actually needs nearly 15 CFT of air, fresh air per minute, okay, cubic feet of air per minute. And who estimates, WHO, World Health Organization, it estimates that 15 to 20% of Indian children at the age group below 12 years of age suffers from asthma. So this is again a very important thing. You can find that many small kids, children, they are using inhalers, and all the medicines of asthma, they use certain amount of steroid, which is not good for long run. They may increase the body weight, they may cause hormonal abnormalities and many other things. So that should be seen that why the children are suffering from such type of disease, how polluted the area where you are staying, and what prevention should be taken. Now, in this, let the higher class students, say 7, 8, 9, 10 class students, give them a project to find out that how well ventilated their rooms are, what is the ratio of floor and window in the classroom, how many students come with a public vehicle, in personal vehicle, how many children are coming with bicycle or by walking, and make an energy budget that how much energy as well as how much air is polluted. So this is one example which once I was in Barakpur, and that time I had did this project with the students with the help of science teacher, and the students over here they're measuring the ventilated areas along with the classroom with a group of students. So we actually make different teams: a team for air, team for water audit, a team for energy audit, a team for food audit, like that, six different teams and headed by six different teachers, and overall just controlling the thing, taking the feedback and giving conclusion. This was the thing, and this can be done so the student can understand. At least this will help them when they become in the later age of their life, when they purchase a flat, they must, or they, when they build a house, they can understand that which direction should be the balcony be facing, or the windows should be there, how thick will be the wall of the house, what is the volume of the drawing room, which side is the drawing room, how much ton of AC is required for that room, how much energy efficient will the room be. Everything they can have an idea from this school age. So these things, I think, these are the things which we can inculcate in the school life. Coming towards some other in the air, vehicular pollution and other pollutions like that of chimneys, etc. What we find that again, who confirms 7 million death? Okay, this was of in 2012. Now it had been raised by pollution or ambient air pollution. And we also have the highest level of PM10, particulate matter 10 and particulate matter 2.5, where you know that particulate matter 2.5 is very harmful, which causes severe obstructive disorders of the pulmonary system. So we should also make our students understand about the different norms of fuel emission by the vehicles. And from different times, they are going on changing the norms. So sometimes it was Bharat stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and now we are going through stage 4, stage 6, which is similar like that of Euro stage 6 or Euro 6. And this actually shows that they causes minimum pollution, and the fuel which is over there in the comes out, which burns out, is completely combusted. Okay, so this is a fact. The second fact comes that many of the vehicles had been converted into CNGs, and now we are getting certain amount of vehicles which goes on electricity or EV vehicles. So they are also having some benefits, but a time will come when this EV vehicle will also create pollution, because the lifespan of these batteries are limited. Say after 5 years or 6 years, you have to dispose it and get a new one, and all of these batteries contains lead. So time it will come that it can cause lead pollution. Anyway, we have to think of some other alternatives also in order to get it. So if these things are again given in the mind, student can also do some research work in future that what should be the best fuel for the cars or the vehicles. Now, you know that nearly 2.8 billion peoples in 48 countries will face water crisis. We say that the polar ice is melting, sea level is increasing, but still the potable water which we require for drinking purpose, that will be shortage, we will have a shortage, and people will be affected over here. 54% of India is water stressed. Okay, so India is a very big country, and out of this, if you say more than 50%, it is water stressed, then you can think of what will happen in future. And due to improper, or you can say good drinking water, potable water, people also will suffer from many communicable diseases that can also take a lot of life. Okay, 40% of water in UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and Gujarat is contaminated. Contaminated either with heavy metals, with arsenic, or some other. So these things also we have to know that we should not waste water. We have to preserve it. Okay. Now give a simple task in order to make the students acquainted with it. Say a tap is leaking, water is dripping out from the tap, and suppose for every second 1 drop of water is lost. Then how much water is lost in a year? Okay, so give them a simple calculation. And in order to, when we used to do practical, we say that 20 drops makes 1 ml. So this is standard. We say that 20 drops of water equals to 1 ml. So if this is the thing, and every per second, if 1 drop of water is dripping from a tap, it looks that it's okay, 1 drop does not matter. It can continue in that way. But if you make a calculation, you'll come to this point that 1 second, 1 drop, 20 seconds, 20 drop, or in 20 seconds, we get 1 ml, water is lost. Or in 1 minute, that is 60 seconds, 3 ml water is lost. So if in 1 hour, 180 ml of water is lost. In a day, 4,320 ml water is lost. In a month, you can see the number increases higher and higher. And in a year, nearly 1,555 liters of water is lost. So just 1 drop. So a single drop over here also matters. So if this type of things are there in the washrooms, in drinking areas, the student should report, and the school administration should take immediate step that repair or maintenance or change of the tap is necessary. Otherwise, this small waste can be a huge in due course of time. So this is what we are making the students sensitize. The example, they will help in making the students understand better that wastage is always wastage. Let it be a drop, or if the tap is open and it runs along. Sometimes we find that many people, they, while brushing their teeth or shaving, they just keep the taps open and they waste a lot of water. That is also a bad practice. Similarly, if you were moving in a road and if you find that water is running out of a tap, there is no harm. You can go and just turn off the tap so that you can save water. You be a teacher, you be a lesson to others that this should be done. We should not waste water. Now, these are the things which are some data which are given that how much water is utilized per students per day and others. I'm not going over here. Coming towards electricity, you will find over here that over 40% of the electricity which is produced in India is not paid for. People, they use some illegal ways and it is just wasted. So this is one of the cause of power cut. Okay. And this can also lead to some accidents. So it is obviously our duty, if we find such type of things, that the power is misused without paying it, it has been utilized, then that is to be intimated to the particular department. We have to also find out a substitute ways where it is available. For example, the biogas plant in order to substitute the power. And over here, coming towards the fuel, the fate of fuel, which I was talking to you earlier, okay, that fossil fuels are there. And in these fossil fuels, what we have, India has oil reserve only for 19 years, gas reserve for 28 years, and coal reserve for 230 years. And these things, once it is lost, it will require 300 million years to again make it, to renew it. Okay. So it is a tough thing. What we want, a sustainable environment. We want that we should utilize it judiciously. Our students, our children should use it judiciously, and their children should also use it. So how long it can run depends on how judiciously we use the things. We can also consume less and consume more, or we find some other alternatives. Coming towards a part that is electricity, make your students understand that thinner the rod lights, the tube lights, more you save energy and better is the light. Okay. And thicker the light, it consumes more energy. Now over here, the slim light, it does not only makes a stylish look, but also saves energy. And nowadays you are having LEDs. So if you have normal tube lights, please replace it with LED tube lights or some power efficient bulbs which can save electricity. Similarly, we have some other electrical gadgets also. They also have used that like DC converter or ACs, some BLDC fans and other things, which actually conserves electricity. We should also say about the star marks. Okay, that is 5-star rating or 3-star rating or 4-star rating. What is its utility? So if we take a normal fan, it consumes nearly 75 to 100 watt of power per hour. Okay. But if we take a BLDC fan or a better one which is having BE rating 5-star, can have 35 watt of power. So it's just less than half. So that's how we have to show them, we have to make them understand how can we save this. They can also have a same culture in their home also. So let's start from the school itself. Let's incorporate them in their mind that we have to save all this. These are precious and we don't have enough reserve for indefinite period of time. There are some sources of energy like that of wind energy, but everywhere it is not applicable. Everywhere we cannot put it. Solar energy, we have, again, it has a lifetime, a life of 5 years or 7 years or 10 years. But after that, we have to again replace it. So like that, different scientists are planning for different ways like geothermal energies and others. They may succeed in near future. We may find more alternatives, but till that time, let us use it in a very judicious manner. So this is what the rating, BE rating says one is having 2-star rating, another is having 4-star rating. Now this shows one consumes more amount of energy, another consumes less amount of energy. Over there in the energy currency, they shows 680 and over here it shows 580. So the small things which we should see and we should follow while purchasing a gadget or an appliances is also equally important. They can also share the information not only to their friends and families, but also other members in the community. Now, similarly, we have also the land, and we talk about when we have said in the earlier stage that nearly 67,000 young children are born every year, every day, and that can add to a huge number in a year. Now, all this requires food, and in order to get food for them, many illegal practices are going on. Okay, in some cases you might be you have heard about, see, this chicken, those who are non-veg, this chicken they take a definite time to grow, say 2 months period to a normal growth, or say 90 days for normal growth. But by applying certain injections, now what injections that the farmers or the peoples are also not knowing, because it is without a label. That by that injection, within say 40 to 45 days, it takes a very huge weight. So what we are using those products which had been induced by, must be certain hormones, which can be harmful or harm directly or indirectly to us also. Why do so many people today suffer from cancer and other type of diseases? Because of consumption of such type of foods. Similarly, we talk about organic farming. Organic farming is no doubt a very good thing, but practically if you use organic farming, then there can be many places where you cannot stop the weeds or the insects that will deteriorate the yield. So people go for chemical pesticides. The pesticides which are banned in Western countries, they have been used in our country. And this directly or indirectly goes into our bloodstream. You know about biomagnification very well. So we have to think about the water source, the manure or the fertilizers that to be used, and also to prevent soil erosion in order to save the land. And accordingly, we have to plan it. Accordingly, we have to design it. You might be, there might be some sessions of designing or design of green schools. So here, if there is a soil erosion, then the soil erosion will lead to loss of chemicals. That means the topsoil, which is the layer O, if it is goes on, then you will find that all the organic matters and other things are lost. Okay. And in order to renew it, we have to use nitrogenous fertilizers. And excess of fertilizers can also cause eutrophication. So these are the things which are having a chain reaction, you can say. So this chain reaction will directly or indirectly, like a boomerang, will come back to human beings. Obviously to others, but we are not much worried about other animals, what it is happening. Because once we have seen about the pelicans laying the shellless eggs in Lake Michigan. Now that it was a research was done over there, but if we do research on other animals, we'll find that definitely there will be certain amount of pesticides in other animals' body and even in our body. Now, we can, these are the things of what we can just go through the schools, encourage the students to do is that how to segregate different type of waste. What are biodegradable waste, which is wet waste, which is dry waste, which is hazardous waste, which are biomedical waste, and how to segregate. Because segregation is a very important thing. And most of the schools now, they are using this colored dustbin in the classroom, also in the schools, so that students from the early stage, they try to segregate it. Even the municipal corporations, they are also using such type of blue and green dustbins in order to segregate the waste. So this is very important. Otherwise, if it is not segregated, it will be dumped, all will be dumped in one place, and it will be very much difficult to recycle the one which we can. This can be also given a monitoring, also given by the students, that someone should monitor the thing is doing right or wrong. If anyone, any small kid is doing something, some mistake over here, can be rectified that no, you don't do this one. This is to be thrown over here. Now, this is what organic matters, that is composting. So there can be kitchen waste, there can be garden waste. This kitchen waste and the garden waste can be kept in a pit, given certain conditions, temperature, humidity, and also by the help of earthwork, we can convert them into organic matters which can enrich the soil. So this is what we say in many schools. They might have developed vermicomposting. You can also develop vermicomposting. Does not require a much big area. Small area is only required for this. This can easily be designed, and this can be given by the science activity clubs also. They can also. So let them understand that the things which we throw off are not trash. They can also be reused or recycled and vermicomposted. Now, you can do some events in the school, like say, no to plastic. Basically, it is very difficult to quit plastic because plastic, I think it had made a very strong covalent bond with human beings. We cannot move without plastic. But this plastic will make a plastic world in near future. So we have to use it very judiciously. And from time to time, 20 micron, 70 micron, and now I think 100 or 140 micron plastics are used. These polythene bags are used in these malls or different shops. So we have to say ban the single use one, and we have to use an alternative. It can be a thick one having more thickness, can be reused it, and else we have to use some alternative ways, like that of using metal water bottle or by using cloth bags, etc. You will find that once the very early time, the children used to use an aluminum box for going to school. That was quite good enough. A metal box, it creates sounds, but still it is a quite good thing. And I think that was an environment friendly device. The students can use it. So this the picture over here shows before that a tortoise which is facing difficulty though under the sea, but this plastics and other things, they are moving down into the sea and creating a lot of hazards over there. So we cannot see from the top. We see the sea is very calm, cool, or very blue in color. But what is in the deep of the sea? You don't know. Maybe we'll be killing the corals, which try to remain in a pollution-free environment. Suppose the corals are fully covered up with plastic, then you will find that coral we lost a particular biodiversity. Okay, and we have these corals in very rare places like Andamans in India and say the Great Barrier Reef. So those places will be filled with these plastics. Now ask the students to work for either vegetable garden, kitchen garden, or medicinal garden. So let them give some tasks that let them do it, how they will utilize water, how they will use drip irrigation, or to design a vegetable garden, a medicinal garden, write the importance of those vegetables or the importance of these medicines and give them a work. So they will learn something, they will do something, and this is learning by doing or experiential learning, we can say that is a good project that can be given. Now, this is what I'm showing you about. This is of Kendriya Vidyalaya Andal, where they have made a kitchen garden. This is like a, this, hello. Okay, this is a kitchen garden where the students are taken over there to show the things, and this can be made with the help of this what you call the gardener as well as the students. Okay, there can be some other parts like that of sometimes you'll find after examination the papers which have been dumped, they can be reused or recycled by making paper pulp, and can be some models or murals can be made with that. So that is also a good, some art integrated education. You can convert this waste into something best in the school. This is what few days before we have conducted that ek ped maa ki naam, this comes over here everywhere. And we have to plant a lot of plants and give them responsibility that this is your responsibility. Your mother have came over here to plant it, and you have to maintain this plant. So you have to always see it. It is not drying up. It is getting sufficient amount of water, etc. So a sentimental issue gets attached with this. And this is a visit to a medicinal plants garden where the levels were also designed by myself. There were nearly 16, 17 medicinal plants which I was able to collect and plant it in this garden. In order to the small kids won't be knowing about the benefit of all, but they will know that yes, there is a garden which has some plants, and those plants have a medicinal value. When they will go to higher class, they can understand that what is the utility of Vasaka, what is the utility of Andrographis paniculator, and other plants which are over there. Now, this is some examples, some innovative ideas. While I have a hobby of moving here and there, tour and photography also, and so I have just collected few photographs from some places, and I would like to share this with you all. See, this was basically a hotel near this Bombay High Road. So a road from Calcutta towards Bombay it goes. So went over there for having a cup of tea. What we find that the decoration was done with the tires which are worn off. There are a lot of heavy vehicles which goes, and this black and white are the tires which had been kept over there to make a boundary. You can see over here the tires are made colored with white color and made a boundary over here. In some places, that photograph I'm just missing, the tires were cut half and they were hung in the wall and some plants were planted in it. So it was a wonderful idea, what I felt. That either if you burn it, it will cause pollution. If you throw it, it will be a dump yard. We don't know any other way to recycle it. So let's use it in some way where it can be kept for some long time. You see this wall is made up of iron grill net, and inside there are stones. Now what fascinated over here is that they have not used cement, they have not used brick. You may say brick is a natural product, we can say we are getting it from mud, but no, while making a brick, we have to burn the raw brick which is made up of mud. So over here, you're using energy. And once you make a brick which becomes hard, it cannot be recycled or we cannot degrade it. It again creates a pollution. Even the cup which is used for tea, this को हम लोग cooler बोलते हैं, that is also creating a pollution, you can say. You cannot again mix it with soil and give the same property. Here I do like to share with you a very innovative and a great idea. And most of you have been visited Chandigarh, the rock garden. You have seen that how the broken and the waste materials that had been used to make such a beautiful garden. So it was a really wonderful initiative. Now, after that, I would like to show about you can also build like this type of hanging gardens. If you don't have enough space in some walls. And in one last example, I would like to show you that I had visited a few years back in a village in Darjeeling. The name is called Lamagaon. And I had stayed in a homestay. So Lamagaon Homestay was the name. And this homestay was situated in a very serene place, very beautiful place. And there was an attached school with this homestay. So the owner of this homestay basically had kept a bit higher fare for individuals who are staying over there. And we had asked him a question that why your other, suppose a person per day, the cost of other homestay will take 1200 rupees, they are charging 1600 rupees. So I said, why there is a little higher in your rates? So he was a genuine person, have a noble idea and had explained the things. He said, sir, the school which I have made over here is the students of nearby village who are reading for free of cost. The teachers who are teaching over here are the people nearby, have some educational qualification. They are also teaching free of cost. I have only given them shelter and their food. Yes, if they can go for tuition, they can get some money, no problem. And this school was not only running by the extra amount which was given by the visitors, but the school was also making awareness to the other people to keep the environment clean. Now here you can see I have marked 1 and 2 with two green shades. These are basically two big size, you can say, chambers or a big size dustbin for keeping in one the bottles. The most of the people, those who go for a tour, they take mineral water. So this mineral water bottle, etc., or cold drinks bottle, they were kept in number 2, this one. And other things, if there is glass bottles or plastic, etc., some other materials, that is kept in one. So these two things were kept in one corner of this. And this is the school, a small school. And this is the lodge, which you can say the Lamaka homestay. And if you see over here, they have used the bottles filled with soil and made the wall. You can see over here, these ring-like structures are nothing but the tires along with the iron grills, and they have decorated it. If you see the topmost over here, these are the rims of bikes which have been placed over here and giving a beautiful design. And even the slippers and the shoes were not left behind. The one which has been worn off, torn off, they have been kept over here, and plants were kept inside it. Because, in case of hilly areas, if you throw all these things, it will not take much time to pollute the environment and make the hill a garbage center. So how uh, logically and how scientifically they have designed it and made it that all the things which we throw it off can be used off and can be designed over here. So this was very much what you call interesting, which I felt, and I taken the photographs and I felt like to show you in some cases. And today it was the right time, got the opportunity to share the information with you all. Now the thing is, the choice is yours. You have to tell the students the choice is yours. What you want? You want the cities like that of having one of the world's 7 wonders, but the Yamuna behind it is like this, or the influence from the industries untreated coming into the water in this way, or a clean green city. Indore had ranked first for the 8 times. Okay, so like that, if you want to make a green city, then the choice is yours. You have to do something. Otherwise, you have to suffer in all this, which will directly or indirectly harm. Now, the thing is that our present is this, we are having some plants left behind and we don't bother cutting it. While cutting also, we don't bother to take the help of it, which sit on the shade when we are tired. So if our present is this, we are destroying the trees, then our future will be this. We have to move with an oxygen cylinder. Rather, the oxygen will be a plant only. So by the end, we can say that it can be said, I clean the air you breathe, what a plant says. I clean that, I can do that for your children too, if you let me live. If you don't let me live, then how can I do it? So the choice is like that. We should not plan World Environment Day where there is no trees and we have to put a canvas behind and take photographs and say that we should celebrate World Earth Day or Environment Day in this way and give it in the newspaper. Shall we do this? Or we should save it because there is no planet B. We are having only one planet, and that is the planet Earth. People have reached Moon or Mars, but still life is not over there, and it is not possible right now to shift from here to there to make yourself comfortable. We have to stay in this, and we have to make it healthier. And the team goes, we are having the world's highest population of students. So we can do this with the help of our students. And we have to make the students understand, feel the real threat. What can harm in future? What could harm in future? What could harm in the near next few days? So this was the thing which I would like to share with you all. If you have any questions, any suggestions, you're welcome. We can just deal with it.
Anyone who wants to ask a question, please? Speak on. Okay. Thanks a lot, sir, for your
Thank you,
guidance
ma'am.
and such a wonderful session. I would like to invite Parminder ma'am for formal vote of thanks. Parminder ma'am, please.
Hanji ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I am honored to deliver the vote of thanks for today's engaging webinar on environmental practices in daily schools life. On behalf of the organizing team, I want to express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to esteemed speaker Mr. Gautam Biswas sir for sharing with us wonderful presentation and making us aware about how more activities can be implemented, inculcated and practiced in school and have a mission of green school program. Sir, you have given a one quotation that I like the most. Turn your spoils into soil. It really matters a lot. We will work on it and make environment sustainable. Your insight and enthusiasm have truly inspired us towards a greener tomorrow. A special note of gratitude to Dr. A.K. Sharma sir for providing us this valuable platform to learn and grow together. Thanks to our coordinator, Dr. Gurpreet ma'am, for her coordination and meticulous planning and dedication for the webinar.
Thank you.
At the last, I want to thanks all of you once again for your presence and support. Thanks, sir, for your wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parminder ma'am. So we all sincerely thank you for showering your insights and taking time out for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would
And
like
also
to
your
ask.
feedback.
Yes,
Your
thank you.
follow your follow-up is wonderful, ma'am. I have seen a very
Thank,
sincere follow-up you have taken always.
thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Sharma sir, I want to just ask if you want to say something before we conclude. Shall we conclude today's session? But in the end, I would again request everyone to switch on the videos or the cameras in the end after the Shanti Mantra. So let's all be together for the Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi